Dear students, we have reached our final paper, and in this video I'm going to go over what the requirements are and what to expect overall. So let's dive right in. You should have opened our prompt by now, which you'll find in this week's module. Now, for this essay, we will reaffirm one of the biggest facts that we have been zeroing in on across this class, which is the aspect of universality of literature, is that trait that the themes and topics survive time and space. No matter if something was written long ago, from a further place from us, these topics and themes remain universal. And what we're going to do for this assignment is that you're going to choose a text from our book. So whether it's a short story or a poem, now I am open to you choosing something outside of a book, provided that you run it by me first. But basically what this assignment is that you're going to choose like a poem or a story that relates to a particular topic that you're interested in. So for example, whether that is like family or community or power or growth or love or things like that, whatever the theme may be in the short story. And then basically what you're going to do is you're going to gather information about this topic or theme. So let me give you an example. Let's say you did The Things They Carried by O'Brien, which deals with PTSD and soldiers returning back from war with those traumatic memories and PTSD overall. So if that was the case, if that's what you were working with, then you would research some information about PTSD and talk about essentially how the topic of the story relates to real life, how that theme is still pertinent, and maybe even some details, some information about the chosen topic. Another one, let's pretend you're talking about the idea of, I don't know, community, let's say. So maybe you were to do some research about what makes solidarity within a community. What are the things that have to happen? What sorts of relationships must you have in order to feel solidarity within a community, let's say? So you're going to bring in that information about what you learned about your topic and consider how the story or the poem addresses this larger topic. So basically, it is a literary analysis of your chosen work with the addition of you integrating some more information about the topic itself, which you'll bring in with other sources, with at least 4 sources. And we're going to have a librarian video. They're going to talk about how to find sources. So do check that one out. I'm going to have it available. Now, so you're going to talk about, what's happening in your chosen text, whether it's a short story or a poem, and basically how the poem is addressing this larger topic, and then obviously some information about the topic itself. So that is that. So are some guiding questions that you might want to consider. And of course, I would recommend you choosing a topic that you're genuinely interested in. So maybe you can work backwards, like, hey, I'm really interested in love, the topic of love, or family, or community, or grief, or you know, the idea of persistence and never giving up. So then you can work backwards and find a text, whether a short story or a poem, that really is about that topic or theme that you're interested in. I think that's a good tip to do it. So for this one, the final draft will be at least 5 pages, 1,500 words. Once again, like I said, at least 4 outside sources, which will help to inform the larger topic of your chosen text. And we'll be doing everything the same. Please pay attention to our dates. Obviously have docx, or PDF as usual. Don't have AI write your whole paper, as that's academic dishonesty. You can check out our rubric. And now I'm going to talk about what our outline worksheet looks like. So the first part is brainstorming as usual, and you're going to think about, okay, what did you choose? What are the themes or topics that this work addresses? And then also, like, who are the key characters? How do their actions reflect these larger themes? And then what sources might you find about these issues or themes that would help you to contribute to your overall exploration of this topic, right? And you can have a space for personal connection. And here's our large task again. You're finding a text about a theme that you find compelling, you find interesting, and obviously you can write your thesis here. So you could say something like, in O'Brien's, the things they carried. The writer um, maybe explores the larger theme of PTSD. This is a reality, and many soldiers return with this. And then you could say, like, this is an important topic because, so you could set yourself up with your thesis. How, for the intro, how will you introduce the topic? Maybe it could be a statistic or just something interesting that you'll hook the reader in with, right? And then some information you might offer about that, obviously your thesis. And then this is a section for you to arrange your body paragraphs. What will their topics be, right? So what will the topic sentence be? What evidence will you use from either the text or any outside source that you found that will help to further inform your topic? And then analysis is how you will put together the topic sentence and your evidence, right? So these are just some ideas for body paragraphs that you can work with. And yeah, it's just get a skeleton down. And then for your conclusion, once again, you're reaffirming your project and obviously why, ultimately, after all has been said and done, and after reading your paper, why is this larger topic theme important? And obviously, how the writer explores that in your chosen text, whether short story or poem. So that is our final assignment. I do have some student samples that you can check out, and let me know if you have questions and have fun with this. I really recommend just choosing, working backwards. Like, choose a topic that you're interested in. Like I said, whether love or community or whatever, or PTSD or just um, grief, persistence, whatever the case may be, whatever topic or theme you're interested in, and then you can work backwards and find a text about that. All right, that's our final assignment. Happy writing, y'all.